Hello
Hey.
and good afternoon. We are testing some things out, and we still don't really know if they're working well. We've got a new camera, so it's not backwards.
I must say, it makes me look younger. Don't you think?
Shorter. Yeah, younger.
Definitely not skinnier, though. Definitely not
Well, the tough part about this, Ryan, is this is a whole new screen for me. It's not showing if somebody is live.
Hey, we got our first person.
It works. I don't like that it didn't tell us who is on.
Who's on here?
So comment. I want to test to see if the comments pop up. We're gonna do some. You think you can name in? You can't edit. Sorry, we're just testing all this out. This is all new.
It's all new.
But we have an exciting topic for today. Awesome. Okay, we have an exciting topic for today.
We do,
and it's very to the point of current events.
You know, it hits close to home, really.
Yes. Most of our viewers are from the Spruce Pine area.
Yes.
If you are from the Spruce Pine area, you know that citywide, the metropolis of Spruce Pine was down last night. Power went out.
It was not good.
Apparently, a tree was hit, which went into a power pole, knocked out the entire town. So I feel sorry for whoever it was, because the whole town was not happy with them last night.
Have you ever seen that show Revolution, when it came out, about the power goes out?
Yeah.
And I felt like we were on the brink of that.
Yeah.
Like people were automatically heading in that direction.
Yeah.
There was nothing at Walmart, nothing at Ingles.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure another day of that, and who knows what.
I started planting crops. I don't know. I don't really know my way around a farm, but I started planting things.
Start sniffing around your neighbor's house to see what they got.
No, I'm doing it the right way. I'm working the fields, finding a water source.
But I think we should band together and start a militia or something.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe after like a week or something.
I don't know if we can work together to have a Burleson Plum militia, where we take all of our products here and build a
potato guns.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, what we're going to talk about today is in your home, things you should know or need to know or want to know about power outages.
Because we've all been there.
It's
terrible.
And that's part of the reason we're doing an afternoon show. You might be used to sipping coffee in the morning and watching our show, but we had no power at 9 a.m.
We had no power.
Thank you to the lineman who did get power back.
Yes.
No thank you to the person on the phone that told us we'd have it back at 7 a.m.
Liar!
And then they told us 9.
Yeah.
Then they told us 10, and at 10:08 we got power. But thank you to the lineman who worked hard to get that back for us.
Thank you.
But we're going to dig in. We got a lot to talk about, so we're going to dig in. I know you guys want to know some of this information, but we're going to talk about what to do in a power outage, the things to look for, the things to know. And I did find out I need to quit doing those scheduled live. Someone told me this last week. I did a scheduled live video, and they click on it, but then this came up on another screen, and they didn't know where to find us. So I just need to keep it
just simple. Let's simplify.
No more scheduled.
Sorry.
So the people that are late, I forgive you, because you're probably in the other screen right now, in the other place. All right, so we got a pen sponsor. Ryan, who's it coming from today?
I think this company deserves a shout out, and so we just want to say thanks first of all for the pen, but the Frosty Shack. You talk about delicious ice cream, tasty little treats, sweet little snacks.
I believe they've got some sort of coffee milkshake thing.
I think they do. Some of the best ice cream, hand dipped ice cream that I've ever had was from them.
Frosty Shack, Gabe Yoder and friends.
Yes.
Go
check them out. Grassy Creek.
All right, so we're going to start talking about these topics, Ryan. We got a whole list.
Probably disclaimer though.
Yeah, we're going to give you guys a disclaimer. Everything we suggest and recommend are simply that. We want everyone to be educated on how things work, but not how to work on technical things. We always recommend hiring a licensed service professional where risk is involved. Burleson Plumbing and Heating and its employees are not responsible for injury, damages, or loss related to you, your property, or home. So, boom. There's a few things we're going to be talking about today that have a little bit of risk.
That's right.
So be careful out there. All right. So topic 1, if you're on a well water system,
okay,
what do you need to know specifically if there's no power? They can hear you. Just stop. Okay. So water heater breaker. Water heater breaker needs to be cut off so it doesn't burn out elements.
Okay.
That's number 1. And if your power goes out and you have well water, you got a limited supply of water.
Yes.
The first thing to know,
yes.
A lot of you probably know that from last night.
Just experience.
You do, however, have water reserved in your pressure tank.
There is.
So most people have a 20-gallon drawdown, which holds.
It's a 20-gallon tank with a six-gallon drawdown.
Okay. So basically, you've got a limited supply of water. You can get a few things done if you need to. Save it for the drinking water, I recommend.
Good idea.
So that's the first thing to know. Cut off the breaker, your water heater, because if your water heater does kick back on and it doesn't have water in there, immediately you're going to pop the elements.
Elements gone.
So as soon as power comes back on, you need to give your pump time to fill your water heater and then kick your water heater back on so the elements work correctly. Something else to know, because you don't have water, is you can get water elsewhere, creek, some sort of reservoir if you have it, anything like that, even bottled water if you have a bunch of bottled water, and fill your toilet tank with water so that you can flush. Well, that's a common question.
That would be considered like a life hack.
Yeah, it's a life hack.
Life hack.
So go down to the creek and get some water, keep all the dirt and debris you can out of it.
Salamanders.
And flush with that. Also, if it's yellow, let it mellow. Funny story, last night, Brooke, I made a comment that made her think that we weren't going to have water. But I was more talking about hot water.
Okay.
So she's letting Holland and Luca like double down on the yellow, let it mellow. And I went and flushed. I was like, just you can flush.
Yeah.
So we're on city water, we're good. Which brings me to the next point. If
Okay.
you're on city water, municipal water, you are.
I am.
What are some pro tips? Pro tips on town water. What do they need to know?
Well, the big thing is that you should, unless the town, for whatever reason, their backup generators go down, you should have water from the town side. But you will not have an endless supply of hot water. So you need to make sure that if you need to take a shower, take advantage of the fact that the water that's in the tank is still hot. Get your showers out of the way, because as time goes on, like we all know, we were out without power. Some of us were out without power for 12, 14, 16 hours. So by the time that time goes by, the water in that tank is going to start getting cold.
Yeah.
So use it while you got it.
Yeah.
You might as well take advantage of
I
it.
told Brooke immediately when we got home, I was like, look, go ahead and get the girls a bath or a shower. Baths are bad. You're going to use all that hot water.
Yeah.
I said, go take a quick shower, get the girls showered. I'll go after you. And she did a limited supply. She usually likes it scalding hot, but she went ahead and did about a midway point and got her shower, and then we got our showers. Boom, hot water. And there was still a little bit left after that for us to like wash hands. You can feel that it's warm and stuff, but it's very limited.
Another good point is if you have a booster pump in line, like a jet pump, you're trying to increase water pressure, go ahead and shut off the breaker to that pump once the power goes out. That way when the power comes back on, you don't get some kind of weird surge and do something damaging to the pump.
Yeah.
So when the power comes back on, then go over, turn your pump back
on. And really any major appliances, televisions,
yes,
all that have real issues with the surge part of things.
They don't like it.
So it's just best a lot of times to flip some breakers to those appliances, TVs,
pull off the, unplug the cord from the wall, whatever.
In our situation last night, when the power came back on, the power was on, we were fine, but usually it's windy, it's a storm, and it's going off, on, off, on, and that's where you can damage.
That's a problem.
Okay, so how to keep the power on in those times is another topic, and how to protect those things. So a whole house surge protector is something we made note of. We sell whole house surge protectors, so you can install that, and it'll protect everything in the event of a big surge.
Yeah,
You're not
it's going to
blowing out a
sacrifice
computer.
its life
Yep.
for everything else.
So the computers don't get killed, TVs, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
They're very good for pumps. You got a $600-700 well pump. It protects the life of that as well. But if you don't want to go that far, go get some strip surge protectors for the TVs, appliances, things of that nature. Real inexpensive. I think we sell them here for under $10. You can get a strip surge protector to get the TV, computer, and all that on. So you can do a battery backup for computers if you want to have a little bit of computer life, or DVD player, TV, get a decent battery backup in that.
Yeah, you might get a couple hours or whatever.
Yep, and it will protect against surges as well. Okay, generators. What do we know about generators?
They're cool.
Size does matter.
Size does matter, and you know, they can be expensive, and so that's something to consider. And there are gasoline powered ones, there are propane powered ones, there are whole house generators that when the power goes off, they can switch over and start generating power for your house. There's a lot of variation when it comes to generators out there. Most people probably have just something small. They can go outside, make sure their refrigerator has power, or something important like that, or maybe run your backup heat, or something like that.
We do. We don't have generators selling in-house, but there's a lot of times we order. Generac, a few other brands we have capabilities of getting, and our electrician installs those semi-frequently. So if you're interested in a generator, it's definitely something we can do. If you have a generator, there's a few things to know. Some people don't know exactly what it means to have your generator, but you're not going to power your whole house with a generator.
No.
Nor do you want something that size.
Not unless it's like one of those ginormous.
Yeah, and then you're talking big money. But if you did get a generator, think about, you talk to the person selling the generator, being us or anybody else, what do you want to power? Most of the time, people want to power a heating source, because most of the time the power is going to be out when it's cold or real hot or something. So when it's not convenient. So you want something that will do a heating source of some way. And then the refrigerator, so you don't spoil all your food. And a light in a room so that you can have a place.
That's a good point.
To have your light on.
You know what I would consider to be the most important thing?
What's that?
Let's think about this. How about the coffee pot?
Coffee pot would be.
That's pretty important.
Yeah.
The best part of waking up is not necessarily Folgers in my cup, but some form of coffee.
Yeah, which that usually depends on the homeowner, whatever they want. They're like small appliance type things. Microwave could be a good one. The oven could be a good one, depending on what kind of power you want to supply. Some people get a bigger one just so they can do a submersible pump. Yeah, and they can have water. Yeah. So that's just things to think about. You don't need to try to power your whole house with it, is what we're getting at.
No.
The other points, if you have a generator, is turn off the main breaker. So with a generator, it has the capability of backflowing electricity. Yeah. So a lineman could be working on your pole trying to get you power back. You have your generator cranked on and the main breaker's on. It's going to backflow, and you could electrocute that lineman. So
you probably wouldn't be very happy.
Safety standpoint, it should be wired in to where the main breaker can be off, and the certain breakers you need
still have energy.
You still have energy. So that's one safety point. And then just talking about with a generator, where you want to put it. You definitely don't want to put it in your house, in the home.
Bad idea.
Back porch, patio, something like that.
A garage that's a part of your home.
Yeah.
They need to be outside. Yeah. They need, because you can get into a real bad way real quick. And from a safety standpoint, you start talking about carbon dioxide, or carbon monoxide.
And you're going to run it usually while you're sleeping. It needs to be outside. Yeah. So make sure you install it outside. They make portable ones, so you can bring it inside when you're not using it, and bring it outside and hook it up when you do need it. So that's just something safety standpoint as well. All right, so let's talk about supplies. Supplies that most of you found this out last night. I wish I would have had this. I wish I would have had this. But now that you're thinking on those terms, let's give you a long, short list
Our prepper list.
The prepper list. Some of these make you sound like a prepper.
Yeah.
But it's better to be prepared when you don't have power. So,
That's right.
What
do we got on here?
Flashlights.
Hey, and speaking of flashlights,
let's go into hey, that's neat.
There are a few things that are really neat that we have.
I used a few. You might have seen my Facebook post last night on Burleson Plumbing, but I used the slide light. Ryan's going to show you the slide.
This is actually the slide king.
The slide king.
Not the queen, but the king.
This is my favorite flashlight we have. Slides out, got a bar of light. So it's got a big magnet on the bottom. You can stick this thing anywhere. Refrigerator. I was putting it on the refrigerator last night. I was putting it in the closet on the wire rack.
Wow, that's pretty bright.
And it is bright. It is a good light. And then if you just need to go outside, work on something, you got your spot.
Rechargeable.
Lasts 10 years on one charge. Okay, not 10 years, but
I was like,
long
wow.
No,
it is the king.
Super good. It comes with your little cord, USB to charge it. Slide king.
They're on sale right now.
They are through August. I think $5 off of these puppies.
That's a good deal.
Go down to 40, from 40 to 35, something in that range. So get them while they're on sale.
Nebo slide key.
What else we got over there?
You know, in a close cousin, I just like this one because it just seems real
heavy duty,
manly. Yeah, heavy. It's called the Red Line Blast. Yeah. Check that out.
Good gracious.
You can really hone it in. It actually is a square.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting?
LED square in there.
Yeah, LED square.
Red Line is just a really good, powerful flashlight.
Yeah, very powerful.
A lot of people were used to like the old mag lights. That would be the comparison.
This bad boy touts 1,400 lumens.
Good light. You can light up a whole outside area, a whole basement real quick with one of these.
Something else that comes in real handy and is very neat is the old headlamp.
Yes. Now, if you're trying to like cook, do laundry, something where you need both hands, and you don't have a light that sets up, definitely doing a headlamp would be your best bet.
Yeah, these are great.
Yep.
Awesome. Dandy little things.
Real
neat.
Absolutely.
And we also have the old Poppy. I think we've talked about this one previously, but it's worth mentioning again.
Yeah. Poppy lights up like this. So you can carry it like this, little lantern. You set it on top of your table while you're eating dinner in the dark.
Camping.
And then you can do this. Use it for a spot.
Boom.
So super good light. This is one of the newer products we have. And honestly, it's pretty inexpensive too. It's like under $15.
Great little design.
Lastly, and you don't know about this.
These
last night I heard that there was like several people trying to break into homes.
Really?
They were trying to take advantage of the darkness. Read this on Facebook.
Not cool. So
this next light is the one that I would recommend.
This one comes in handy. This is called
the Bat Light.
The Bat Light.
It literally is a hardcore bat with a super bright light on it.
What it allows you to do is get your point across very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
First, you can boom with the brightness, and then if that's not respected, then you can.
Another thing it does, intruder. So you get them with a bright light, and then you literally just tap it.
Just
start strobing them.
And then,
so now they're blind. They start dancing, and when they're distracted dancing,
and then
you beat them down.
Out of my house.
So lots of good lights.
We're not condoning violence.
No.
But in the right situation, maybe sometimes you just need to.
It is a really good light.
It is a great light.
Okay, so what do you need for flashlights? You got a ton of flashlights in your house, but if you don't have batteries, you might as well not have them.
Do you have this at your house? We have a drawer.
Oh yeah, the drawer.
The dreaded drawer. And so you open the drawer, and sure enough, there is all kinds of craziness in there, and you're trying to find batteries.
Hang on
one
second.
What in the world?
Everybody welcome Jeremiah Johnson to the show. He's been dying to be on the show. He came to both windows. The guy, he loves me and Ryan so much he wants to be us. But he is super excited to be on the show. Jeremiah, thank you for coming in. We're talking through, and by the way, this is a super high window, so it's so strange that he's like here. I think he might be on Colton's shoulders down there. But he is one of our favorite plumbers that comes in and buys stuff.
Yes.
So
favorite's such a.
I mean, there's not a lot of plumbers that come in.
That's true.
So, but he is one of the top 12. And we love him to death. Jeremiah, thank you for cleaning my window off.
Yes, I wanted my.
Okay. All right, back to the show. That was neat. We need to have a window guest.
We do.
Window guest is our
Nailed
next.
it.
Jeremiah just gave us the window
Who
guest
will
idea.
be our window guest?
Next week, tune in for a window guest. All right, we're going to wrap it up. I know you guys have been hanging with us for about 20 minutes. Batteries, the drawer.
The drawer. There's never the battery you need in there, so make sure that you have.
All the flashlights we just showed are AA's and AAA's.
Yes.
That's the advantage of those. You don't have to have D's and C's and, I don't know, there's like 9s and weird
all
batteries.
Kinds of stuff.
These are all AA, AAA's. We have 24 packs at the counter for like $10. Come buy some batteries.
Good deal.
On top of that, get you some blankets.
Snuggle.
It's gonna get a little colder than you're used to. Close doors off in the house so that you don't have to be as cold. Try to trap in the center part of the house is where it's gonna be most insulated. So try to keep some doors shut and stay in that area.
Yeah.
Body heat. If everybody's in that room, it'll help.
Just run laps.
Speaking of heat, backup heat.
Yeah, important. If you have gas logs will still run. The blower won't, but you could still generate some heat into your living room or wherever your gas logs are.
And some people will opt to do like nothing with electricity, of course. But some people, and I don't recommend this, but some people will do like a propane tank with the head heater on it. Those are dangerous. If they fall over, you can burn something. But if it's their only form of heat in the middle of winter, it is something that people will use with no electricity. Really, you just want to think about an alternative like some sort of wood stove that doesn't need the blower or gas logs. That's really your only options. Keep water.
That's always a good idea.
So I would think on a day like today, Walmart and Ingles are going to sell out of jugs and bottles of water because people are like, I didn't have water last night. I'm going to go have it for the next time.
Yeah.
I recommend just taking a couple gallons, put them in a basement on a shelf, cover them up with a few blankets to keep the light off of them so they don't like grow any mildew, mold, anything, and just leave them there for when you need them. That way you don't see them until you know you need them. You'll go get them.
That's right. Then you got it.
I believe that makes it all up. A few notes. One at the bottom, two at the bottom of the list here is don't open the fridge unless you absolutely have to. Your fridge will keep stuff cold, should keep stuff cold, and freezer keep stuff frozen for some time as long as you're not opening, closing, opening, closing. So last night we didn't open ours until the girls needed milk. At the end of the night, we opened it real quick, got the milk, shut it.
Which is terrible because I have such a bad habit of just constantly going to the refrigerator and seeing what's in there.
Yeah, right when I got home, I held the door and I was like, oh man, bad habit. But things will stay frozen refrigerated as long as you keep that shut. The period of time last night, I didn't have any issues, anything in my freezer thawing out.
I don't think we did either.
So it stayed frozen. And the last one, camping stove. Go buy you a camping stove. You can cook on it.
Yeah.
It will put off a little bit of heat. It's just a good emergency situation thing to have. Buy a couple of those little camping propane tanks.
Yeah.
And the camping stove is $40, $50 investment, and you can still cook something up.
And again, you want to be careful with that you're not in some small enclosed area.
Right. Ventilation is
key. Yeah.
Okay. I hope everyone is recovered from the night in the wild.
It was wild.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's so peaceful though.
It was kind of peaceful, partly because my family was gone and I was just home alone for the majority of the evening, so that made it real peaceful.
Well, usually when we get in bed, we've got like the clock putting off some light. The TV has a little light it puts off, phone, battery, charger, whatever. And we had the fan going.
Yeah.
But it was just like still. So still, so dark.
Little house on the prairie.
Yeah.
Kind of quiet.
If you want any extra information on these topics and this topic, please leave us a question, comment in the comments section, and we'll answer them. Hopefully, we gave you some good ideas for the next power outage. The next time somebody runs into a pole, you'll be ready. We didn't mention keeping around your power lines clean.
Oh yeah, that's always a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Is your power lines coming to your house, making sure that trees branches, whatever, are cleared back off of those lines, especially, it seems like for whatever reason in the wintertime when it's very windy, or tree branches can swing and hit your power lines, and that can create some really big issues. So just be mindful of that. Keeping things trimmed back off of those power lines could save you from some problems, in the middle of winter, or something like that.
Right. So hopefully we gave you a lot of good information to work with. Hopefully feel a little bit more educated on your home. If you have other questions about your home, go to burlesonplumbing.com/QA. Leave us a question. We'll answer it in the next episode or two. And we hope that you guys have a very happy weekend.
Yes. Enjoy your weekend.
So
we're going to enjoy our weekend.
Yeah. We are going over to Brevard, North Carolina, Pisgah National Forest, and doing an event called GoRuck. Look it up at goruck.com if you don't know what that is.
It's going to be fun.
It's a challenge. So you're doing a length of time, carrying weight with a team, carrying logs, all sorts of crazy stuff.
By carrying weight, you mean the whole time I'm going to be riding on your back?
No, that's not going to happen. But we're both going to do that. It's actually commemorating the Bataan Death March, BATAAN Death March. Go look that up. One of the greatest travesties in World War history.
Yeah.
But we're commemorating that through this event. We're excited about it. Yeah. So be praying for us that we make it out in ship shape. But we'll see you guys probably not next week because we got the hardware show next week. But we'll come back the next week with a special guest. So stay tuned for who that's going to be. Got a few on the list that want to be on the show. So we're excited about it. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Have a good weekend.